week 2, you'll be doing the standardization using KMNO4, which is a deep purple solution. And standardization is obtaining the exact concentration of the solution. This involves doing a redox titration. You'll be doing this by filling your burette with KMNO4 and then titrating it into a solution which contains the known weight of sodium oxalate. Here's the overall net equation, which you can find in your lab packets, and you'll use this in your calculations. As you can see, there's a 5 to 2 mole ratio between oxalate and permanganate. Here are the chemicals that you will be using in this week of the Green Salt Lab. You'll be needing sodium oxalate, acetone, and alcohol water solution to wash your crystals. You'll be using concentrated sulfuric acid, and your instructor will show you how to use this, and it's very concentrated, so this is why you'll be needing your gloves and your goggles. And lastly, you'll be using KMNO4, which, just like the hydrogen peroxide, this is sensitive to light, which is why it's in a black bag.
Crystals like these should form at the bottom of the beaker. Set up a vacuum filter as being demonstrated. Using a rubber policeman, scrape your crystals and solution into the funnel. If any crystals remain in the beaker, wash them into the funnel with some of the filtered liquid called mother liquor from the filter flask. Rinse the crystals in the funnel with 15 ml of alcohol water solution. Pour it slowly so that all of the crystals are washed. To dry your crystals rapidly, pour 10 ml of acetone over them and then allow them to dry in the air. Do this 2 more times. Note that acetone is flammable, so do not use it in the presence of open flames. When the crystals are dry, transfer them to a previously weighed weighing bottle. Then re-weigh the bottle to obtain the weight of the crystals. Since the crystals are decomposed by light, wrap your weighing bottle in aluminum foil when it is not in use. After weighing out approximately 0.12 grams of sodium oxalate, place it in a flask. Obtain 10 ml of concentrated H2SO4. Your instructor will demonstrate how to do this. Use this technique to add the concentrated H2SO4 to 230 ml of distilled water in the beaker. Add 75 ml of the dilute H2SO4 solution to the flask and dissolve your sample of sodium oxalate. Save the rest of the dilute acid solution for use as a titration blank. This is the technique of rinsing a burette. Heat the solution of sodium oxalate in the flask to about 85 to 90 degrees Celsius.
Always remember a few things while titrating. Make sure to have a white background below your flask in order to see the endpoint and the color change clearly. Also place a white background behind the burette so that you can see the bottom of the meniscus accurately, and also read the initial and final burette readings to 2 decimal places, and also record them to 2 decimal places in your lab notebooks. And lastly, if you can't see the burette reading at eye level, make sure you take the burette off of its stand rather than getting up on your tiptoes and looking at them like this at eye level.
Once the solution has been heated, remove your thermometer from the solution and immediately start titrating using KMNO4. Make sure to titrate drop by drop while swirling the solution. This is the endpoint. Make sure to record the final reading of the burette again to 2 decimal places. And then repeat this procedure once more.
You will also run a blank following the steps written in your lab packet, and remember, this will only take a couple of drops of KMNO4.